Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So before we start, just a few things. I want to say a massive thank you to so many of you that pitched in as part of my Kickstarter. It truly means the world that you helped me hit the target, so thank you for that. I just want to say as well, if you would like to get your seat for the winter solstice session, you can do so on the link in the description box below. We're going to be talking about the solstice itself and the magic of the solstice. We're going to be talking about the human design perspective for the profiles and how that works and what these transits actually mean and the energy that we're going to be working with over the course of 2021. And this is going to culminate in a full FLP session, future life progression. If you've ever had past life regression or heard of that, where they take you to your past, future life progression is the opposite. We're going to take you to the future. This whole session culminates in that, and it's literally a fraction of the price of an FLP session with me. So if you want to get your seat on that, hit the link in the description box below. With that said, let's get into your week ahead Taroscope, right? So you have the Emperor as your key to the week. This is a moment for you to stand up and be counted, and for a lot of you this could be a moment where you are either maybe not necessarily speaking your truth, but claiming your truth or stamping out, you know, almost like a line in the sand. For some of you as well, this could be you really giving a what's the word? This could be you really giving a very honest opinion about something, and not that you wouldn't anyway, but one of the things about you guys is you're good with words, right? So sometimes you can say things in ways that don't necessarily come across so offensive, whereas this week I kind of feel like you're going to have to say what you mean and mean what you say. It's going to be one of those weeks where pretty flowery words just aren't going to cut it. You're going to have to speak honestly and openly and just say it how it is, and I actually think that's a good thing for you guys. You know, sometimes it's nice to be challenged to stand up for ourselves, and it may very well be a week where you do have to put your foot down about something, or you have to really speak up about something, maybe a bit more forceful than you're used to. For your actions and options this week, you have the High Priestess. This is very interesting to me, right? So your actions and options is about what you do or what you choose to do. And under the guise of the Emperor, it suggests that this week you're going to be pursuing. So when your intuition tells you something this week, it's going to be almost like I have this suspicion or this feeling or this gut feeling that ... And maybe usually you would, you know, do the whole reason it out and all the rest of it, whereas this week you're going to be prompted to act. And I kind of feel like it will be an intuitive nudge. It will be like an internal feeling or an energy that makes you say, hang on a sec, you know what, I need to do something with this, or I need to pursue this. And because it is the High Priestess as well, this could be something that you've maybe sat on for a while, maybe something that you haven't wanted to say, or maybe you were waiting for all of the facts before you spoke on such a matter. Whereas this week, I kind of feel like you've got all the information that you need, and this is going to be a moment where you're just like, right, you know what? Now it's time to say what I think. Now it's time to say what I feel. For your communications and conversations, you have the Two of Swords. So take the Emperor out of this for a second. What do we have here? The Two of Swords coupled with the High Priestess. If you've been with me long enough, you will have heard me say this at some point. This is a double up energy. That's a very powerful psychic hit impression. Sometimes it can represent a very powerful psychic person or situation that's taking place. Now, under the guise of the Emperor, there's a couple of things that could come up here. This could be this week you are this week you could be connecting with a very psychic man. And I say a man because you've got the Emperor. This usually represents a father, a partner, husband, boyfriend, You know, very often it's somebody of it can be a woman, but very often it's somebody of a very masculine energy. And this is why I say, and my intuition is informing me that this is a man. So if you know any guys that are very psychic, or you are a guy who happens to be very psychic, pay attention to the information that comes through the psychic channels this week, because this pairing here, the Two of Swords, very, very psychic card. High Priestess, the ultimate psychic card in the entire tarot deck. You couple these two together and that's, you know, that's real communication of a psychic nature. So pay attention this week, especially if you're speaking to somebody that has, you know, to have the gift. For those of you that work for yourselves, the Two of Swords, this could be, maybe you are, I mean, it's going to be hard because, you know, you'd have to be working right up to and including or just after the holidays. But this could be a week where you and a boss figure, somebody in a position of power maybe, or authority, have a bit of a clash. Watch out for that this week, because something that you say, you're not going to be able to retract. And interestingly enough, remember what I said to you at the beginning, you know, this is you putting your foot down and saying, no, you know what, I'm not sugarcoating this one. You need to hear this. And if that is the case, you speak your truth. Sing like a canary, baby. Right. For those of you that work for yourselves, again, this could be a challenge that you have with a client, maybe for some of you as well. If you work in the type of business, this could be you having a clash with a supplier of some sort. So just watch out for that. And then for, you know, if you're going to cuss them out, make sure you've got your goods first, or make sure you've got your refund for the faulty goods before you cuss them out. You know, come on, be smart. And then for those of you that are retired, for those of you that don't work in any capacity, this could be a time where you decide to say, right, okay, you know what, I'm going to start working with my intuition. I'm going to start studying in order to develop my psychic awareness or my psychic gifts. So yeah, great. For your money and materials, you've got the Six of Wands. This is nice. If you get an intuition or a nudge to do something because you feel like it might be financially viable, or it might help you in some way, shape or form, this is definitely something you want to put your time into. The Six of Wands suggests that it's something that will be successful. These cards suggest it will be something intuitive. All right, so very, very nice for your finances this week. For your health and vitality, this would be a time to look after your heart, your tummy, and your spine as well. Very, you know, to pay attention to and look after those aspects of self. And then finally, for your home and environment, this could be I mean, you know, it's holiday season, it could be a busy week, but it looks like there's a lot of fun to be had, and it looks like there's a lot of enjoyment. So this will be the time where you can do what the holidays were made to do. All right. For your love and relations, you have the Five of Swords. So for those of you that are partnered, if your partner is quiet and pensive, don't probe them. Let them come to you and tell you what the issue is, if there is one. For those of you that are single, there could be it's almost like you could meet somebody and you could be so in tune or so in sync with this person that it's kind of, maybe it weirds them out. Or maybe they are, another way that this could play out as well, if you're like a staunch spiritual believer, they're totally not. But this could be a moment where opposites attract. Just expect there to be more than a few sparks of friction that come up, you know, with this person. I'm not saying to avoid them, you know, because, you know, we can't, otherwise everybody would just date themselves, you know, but there's definitely an energy here that could be a little bit fractious is probably the word that I'm looking for. But all in all, not a bad week at all. Like I said, really, this is your intuitive week, so pay attention to it. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.